Visiting with Coach Marty Simmons. We're going to catch up here. We haven't had a chance to talk for a while. The conference season, the second season, as some coaches and players and media and everybody calls it. We're 4-9 right now. And, I quote Bill Parcells. I don't know if he really should get credit, but he always says we are what the record says we are. I'm not sure that's the case with us. Having played 3 Big Ten teams, 4 MAC teams, and of course the win over Iowa that made the whole nation sit up and take notice since we were such an underdog. Your thoughts where we are right now?
I'm not sure, to be honest. I think we're trending in the right direction. The thing that's been consistent with our guys is whether we've been successful or not, they brought a good attitude to practice. They continue to grow and learn and get better. And when guys are behaving that way and working that way, it's good to see them be rewarded. I think our team has a lot of potential, but we're a young team that I think has already learned a lot through the schedule we've played, but I think we still are continuing to learn, how to win.
What are you most pleased with as far as on the court?
Probably that, just the attitude. When you're losing, it's so easy for the dauber to go down. And we've had days, but not very many. Our guys have, again, brought a good work ethic and enthusiasm to get better in practice. And I think that's not an easy thing to do. So I credit those guys in the locker room and my assistant coaches for being able to keep those guys in a good frame of mind and an attitude to get better.
What are you most working on right now to improve on?
Physicality. There's a lot of things that go into that, but just we need to be a more physical team. Again, we're young. We need to get stronger. We got a new weight room on the way. I think that's really going to benefit us tremendously in the future. But the physicality in the post, not allowing post touches, physicality on the glass. We haven't been very good at blocking out, on the glass. Physicality to win the loose balls, the 50-50 games, taking charges, just defensively being physical. Getting your chest on them, not letting them turn the corner. And then offensively, finishing through contact, being a great offensive rebounding team. At times, Sincere, Kyle Thomas, Hamlin, Nick, they've all done a good job on the glass. And but I think as we move forward, that's something that all of our players have to get better with is just being more physical.
From the layman's standpoint, I think one of the things we noticed early on, the ball wasn't going in the basket. Shooting percentage wasn't very good. Been much better the last 3 games, and I hope that continues. I don't know if you've been having them in here at 3 a.m. till 6 p.m. working on shooting or not, but that's one area that obviously has helped us win 3 of the last 5.
That's the hard part is we probably take as much pride in that part of the game as anything. We not only shoot every day as, we teach, hand preparation, foot preparation, technique, shoulders over your feet, equal push, being squared up. We teach that stuff. I don't think we're a great shooting team, but I think that if we're taking great shots, we'll be good enough, we'll shoot it good enough that we'll give ourselves a chance to win.
Yeah. The high percentage shots, the slam dunk, and Kenyon Hodges, I can't remember a player of his size or any size that has the leaping ability that he does. He's kind of like a human highlight reel out there at times.
I can remember talking to you guys in the preseason, and I loved him the first time I saw him on videotape because of what you're saying. He's just he's got charisma. He's an exciting guy. Obviously, he can jump out of the gym, but he's tenacious. Defensively, he's got great hands. He knocks it loose. He's got great anticipation, and when you have a guy like that can do the things that he can do, it just spreads right through your entire team. And I think that's what happened the other night. Him and Kyle come in, and our dauber was down. They're up 18-4, 20-6. We're not getting a lot done. And Thomas made some big buckets, and then now he steals one and he dunks. Now the entire bench. We had a nice group of fans from Eastern, had some alums up there cheering us on. Now you could hear them, and that all helps. And Kenyon brings that, not just in the games, but he brings it every day to practice as well.
Yeah. You mentioned this earlier, the physicality on the boards. One thing I've noticed is that Nick Ellington, Jermaine Hamlin, Kyle Thomas. You've had to rotate those guys. I keep thinking maybe one of them's going to grab it and get the most minutes. And I'm just kind of wondering, do you think this is going to continue all year to share minutes? Or
I'm not sure. We've kind of spun it. Play as hard as you can for as long as you can, then we'll get somebody else in there, let him play as hard as long as he can. And then the next guy, in today's world, too many times, I think young people pace themselves. And those three, they don't have to do that. You know what I mean? They've got somebody that can come in and pick up where they've left off. So just go in there and, run the floor as hard as you can, get on the glass as hard as you can, seal and post as hard as you can, do all those things. And when you get a little winded, we'll get somebody else in there.
Yeah. Let's talk about the conference. Here we go. We played Lindenwood on Thursday night and then Southern Indiana on Saturday afternoon. Let me just back up and talk about the conference as a whole. I looked at the schedule, I looked at the standings this morning. SIU Edwardsville for years has been one of the tail enders, and all of a sudden they're leading the league. It's hard to really predict who is the best team based on their non-conference schedule anyway.
I agree. I think when you lose to three teams that we lost out of the league, Austin Peay, Belmont, and Murray State, that's going to happen. And I think if you talk to every coach right now, they all think they got a chance to compete for a championship. You look at SIUE, and the thing I would say about them, Brian's done a great job with his team, but they're an experienced team. They've got a lot of returning guys. And, when you look around the country, teams that have older players, not every team, but tend to have success. So I think it's going to be super exciting. I think everybody has a chance, and you'll have to check the standings every week to find out who's leading the race.
Yeah, as that old saying goes, why not us, right?
Amen.
Yeah.
Amen.
Let's talk a little bit about Lindenwood, the first conference game Thursday night. I looked at their record, similar to us, 5-8, but they played 4 money games like us. Missouri and Illinois, 2 comparable opponents. I think BYU and Dayton, I believe, was the other one. So their record's misleading also.
Yeah, they're very experienced. I've known their coach for a long time. Have tons of respect for him. They start 4 seniors and a junior. So they've got older players. Their guards, Caldwell and Childs, are dynamite. I mean, they can make plays and they can score from all 3 levels. Trimble's a kid that can really stroke it and make threes, and they've got some older inside guys that can really play as well. Where they're a little different is their 5s can stretch and shoot threes. So that's something that you don't play against every night. It's trending to be that way in today's game, but Burrell is somebody that he had 3 threes the other night at BYU. So they play hard. They're well set up. They get the ball out on makes and misses and push it hard in transition. They're well set up defensively, so it'll be a tough matchup for us.
Yeah, Southern Indiana, their record is 7-6. I scrolled through their roster and I had to start laughing. Transfer Michigan State, transfer Missouri, transfer Houston. Even though they were a Division II program, they've got Division I players. They beat Indiana State and Southern Illinois this year.
Yeah, they're good. They had a kid, Lakes, transfer from Nebraska, I believe, that hit 10 threes against IUPUI after we played up there. So, again, they're a well-coached team. Coach Gerard does a great job, and they're a tradition-rich program. Even though they were Division II, I think most people would tell you that they were the caliber of a lot of Division I programs. I mean, that's kind of where they're at. And, again, it'll be a tough matchup.
Yeah, of course, they were a powerhouse in the Division II years, so it's a little bit easier transition for them than maybe some of the others. Yeah,
I agree.
Practice this week. Everybody had a little bit of a break. How so far? Now we're talking to you 2 days before the game, so the guys just got back. But the mindset of everybody after a holiday break?
I think pretty good, David. I think it's been pretty good. I don't know how it couldn't be. If you could bottle up the energy and excitement that was in that locker room after the game and we could sell it, I think we'd all be billionaires. That's the beauty of being on a team and being able to coach a team sport is the ability to share it with everyone. And, that was a memory that our group will share for the rest of our lives. So I'd say that added to the Christmas spirit. I think our guys have come back with a little pep in their step, and we got work to do. It's time to get back to work. You're off for 3 or 4 days, and you know, it's different because you were in a regimen where you're practicing pretty much every day. And now, you know, we've got to get back into that.
Okay, let's get it going. Look forward to a lot of games in January and February. Nothing like a conference season. Good luck.
Thank you very much.